We're on the clock.
What's your bit rate, Barrett?
I have no idea what my bit rate is.
Look it up.
It's not on Twitch, it's on YouTube because we are a Google district. Probability rules.
Streaming right now. What's your is it on Twitch or YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
Justin Barrett.
But you could go to the link on the Google Classroom. Or you could just watch it live.
Watch it right now.
No. Okay. Here's probability rules. This is 5-2.
5 dose.
Yep.
Adios.
Probability is between. Oh look, we talked about this yesterday, and I said, didn't I talk to you guys about this? And he said, no, Mr. Barrett. Now we have. Probability is between 0 and 1.
What was it here yesterday?
0. Is it possible? Oh man, it's gonna be one of those hard words spelled. Guarantee. G-U. Guarantee.
That's what happened yesterday.
Whatever. It's gonna happen.
Whatever.
Okay, you could turn off the stream of that though.
I like that, Barrett.
So you like you're gonna get.
A bunch of people out there.
It's the only like I'm gonna get all year. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, right? Yeah, don't forget to hit that bell. Oh, but I'm supposed to do it at the end. Is that you're supposed to do that at the end, right? Oh man, messed it up. Not ending right now.
Smash that like button.
All right, let's talk about S. S is called the sample space. Okay, so the sample space is the group of all possible events. In the scenario that we are talking about. So if we're talking about like, is it going to rain? It could either rain or it could not rain. And that makes up S.
To rain or not to rain.
But first I thought you were saying Terran, and I was like, or you could be Zerg or Protoss, and that makes up all of S for StarCraft World.
My brother used to like play StarCraft so much. I never really got into it though.
Okay, and the probability that you pick an item from S is going to be what?
1.
Yeah. Because you're going to pick an event.
Okay. There you go.
Wait, what?
Even when you don't make a choice, you make a choice. Go home and think about that one as you fall asleep.
I'm not making a choice.
Yeah.
No, I said that.
You'll lay in bed tonight and think about that one. Later on, we'll talk about walking roads when you don't choose to walk a road.
Well, not too
Yeah, so like, suppose events A, B, and C could happen. So the S would be A, B, and C. Pretty easy so far, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still awake.
Still awake.
Good day.
It's a good day. Okay. Let's talk about the complement.
TSI. I'll do it 6th period.
So complement AC is that event not happening? Oh, and I guess that we have to talk about this up here. If this is suppose A, B, and C, and 1 and only 1 will happen. Otherwise, we get into a really big mess. Because then you have like S is A, not C, not B. You have to get like all the combinations. Like, sorry, I went back to the sample space. So I said suppose events A, B, and C could happen, and you're supposing like only one and only one of them is going to happen. Like, which girl is the bachelor going to eliminate tonight?
I haven't watched that in years.
Don't you have somewhere?
I think it's been like 2 decades since I've watched that. Yeah.
It used to be like real good. Back
It
in
used
the
to be
day.
like after, like, but now it's just like all fun.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So complement is just the probability not happening, and so the probability of the complement happening is going to be 1 minus the probability of that event.
Oh my gosh, I remember that expression. Okay.
All right. Probability model.
Oh goodness.
Is the probability of all events in S. And that is assuming that the events are mutually exclusive. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have to define that, because that's not a high school term that y'all use. It is a concept you use.
You use it in debate.
Yeah, we use it in debate all the time.
Yeah. If something sounds like a good idea, why is this idea not mutually exclusive?
All it up to 1.
What?
Probability model is the probability of all events in S, and assuming events are mutually exclusive, all add up to 1. So,
Mutually exclusive.
yeah, let's talk about mutually exclusive real quick. Which we define when you're in Algebra 2.
They have you. Did it?
Let's not go into that.
2 events can happen at the same time.
Can or can't?
Can't. So the best example for mutually exclusive in high school world or in the real world is like dating relationships, right? So like Joe and Samantha are in a dating relationship, and it is mutual between the 2 of them that they will exclusively be dating each other. And when that doesn't happen, there are problems. Because when Joe's like, it's fine because I can also date Amanda at the same time, then
Sound like
then Samantha has some concerns about this relationship because it is no longer mutual, right? That it's exclusive. And so, mutually exclusive. Two events cannot happen at the same time. There's a social logical expectation that Joe will mutually, the dating of Samantha and Amanda is mutually exclusive. Does that give y'all a good picture of that?
Yep.
Good.
Don't be mad.
Got you mad. Great. Anger makes for good learning.
Give me the greatest showman flashbacks.
All right, let's make a probability model.
On the house.
Let's make a
What would you like to talk about?
Food.
Food. Fantastic. So we're going to cater an event. What event would you like to cater? Cater a wedding between Joe and Amanda. Because Samantha was out. Joe and Amanda's cater wedding.
probability model.
All right, and so guests can have an event. They can order different types of plates. And Amanda's dad is not completely made of money, and so guests are only allowed to order one type of plate. So let's make a menu for the guest. Chicken.
Chicken. Steak.
Steak. Yeah. Let's give them some steak. Calamari.
Calamari.
Although if that was your meal, I don't know that I would order that.
Asparagus.
Yeah.
You would pick asparagus over steak. You only get one. They're mutually exclusive here.
Oh.
Vegetarian, vegan people.
Oh. Pasta.
A vegetable pasta with
Pasta.
oil-based sauce.
Or we could say none, right?
They get fried squid.
Yeah, calamari. Yeah,
Yeah,
none.
I want
Plate full of
to.
skin.
I'm
I will say none. Okay? And then we'll have some probabilities.
Barely an almond in there.
Next time, let's not listen to Michaela. I mean, when she says talk about food.
I always say talk about food.
Okay. So, probability. Let's figure out this probability model. Let's say that only 5% of guests want nothing. Yeah, they are lame.
They crazy.
5% of people are
And what percent of guests will order the steak? 80%.
Golly.
Oh, and Amanda's dad is crying right now. Like, let's give them some other options. Ah, they didn't take it. Okay. Yeah, grilled cheese. Please take this. Okay, so this is a probability model. So all of these have to add up to 1, right? So I have 80% and 5%. And so I have 15% left.
7.5.
10
Yeah, 7.5 and 7.5.
I'd say I'm gonna say 10 and 5, right? Okay. So 0.1, 0.05.
I have to lie to you, cheese. Some like vegetarian pasta sounds good.
I would agree. I'd probably, but the steak. But the steak sounds pretty good, yeah.
Open some ribeye.
And also, just on the thought that I could go home and cook myself some pasta, but on Amanda's dad's dime, I'm just gonna get some steak. So, all right. Okay, what is the probability? So, what's the probability?
White rice.
What is the probability that a person will order nothing or
My mom got an Instant Pot, so we have a rice cooker.
pasta?
I had to make it on the stove.
Is that what the
Come on.
thing is?
It is.
Stupid. All I'm gonna use it for is the freaking rice cooker.
That you were good.
So this is Union.
Union?
We do.
How do you know that,
So
Eric?
freaking smart. Oh, it's not like a football.
Yeah, Get on her. Get on.
This is the probability that someone ordered none or pasta. These are the happiest options for Amanda's pop.
0.15.
And it's going to be 0.15. How did we get that?
Because you added
We added them. And they can only order one of them, right? Because they're mutually exclusive. If you choose nothing, you're just a jerk. Because if I'm sitting next to you, I'm like, why didn't you order extra steak?
Why did you order extra?
Okay.
Exactly.
And so if you're curious, we'll put add
I skipped
0.1 plus 0.05.
your pen. It's dying.
All right.
Oh, my pen's dying too.
Okay, what is the probability? What is the probability? Whoops, there's no equal there. Apologize. What is the probability they order steak and calamari?
0.8.
0.
What?
Yeah, you're right. You can't have both.
Oh.
Okay, this symbol right here
Oh, you
means and.
Mm.
So intersection.
Dang, I gotta fix this little dude.
Yeah, this is intersection, right? So like a little house, like where they intersect.
This.
And that's 0 because it's mutually exclusive, so both can happen.
Both.
Oh, what is the probability? Actually, I want y'all to look at this and interpret it for me. What is this asking for?
The compliment.
The complement. So in English, what is this question asking?
That
What is the
people are
event that
not
is not
getting
happening?
Yeah, the people not,
Probability
which would be
a guest
2.
does not
Order steak,
order steak.
which is 0.2.
So it's going to be 1 minus 0.8, which is 0.2.
Pretty good.
Cool.
Not so bad, right?
Yeah. Not bad at all, Jared.
Okay, and then last thing that we're going to do is we're just going to define our sample space real quick. Y'all can see that very well? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There we go, moved it up. So what is our sample space?
A group of
Is
all
a group of
possible-
all possible events.
Steak,
You can eat the wedding guests.
calamari.
Are they the steak?
We invited some cannibals. The wedding guests are in the sample space.
They're all. I got it wrong.
Steak, calamari, pasta,
And none.
Amanda.
Samantha. No, Samantha.
That's like that horror that they had on
Did
was it CBS?
you say horror?
There's like a horror miniseries. It was about the wedding. It was on what was it, like Harper's Island or something like that?
Never seen it.
It was so cool.
Good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was like a murder a week, and like all the wedding guests were the suspects.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Anyway,
I can imagine like the
there's your first half of 5-2. We'll do the second half tomorrow.
Michaela's not going to be here tomorrow.
Oh my God.